Schlee did as he sat behind Dustin Crum.
Yeah, Dustin Crum was the two-time MAC Player of the Year. Learned a lot from him, but they believe Schlee's top-end potential a little bit better in terms of overall athletic talent. This is 3rd and 5 for Schlee. Pocket collapsing. Schlee has nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. Reggie Grimes, who had a career-best 2.5 sacks last week, picks up one here along with Isaiah Coe.
In this game, Colin Schlee can't afford to do anything like this. The ball's got to get out of his hand. He starts to try to make moves and plays with his feet outside the pocket. This is going to be the end result.
Reggie Grimes has been playing with some extra inspiration. Alex will have more on that after the punt, but he has been possessed here in the first couple of games of this season. 11-yard loss on the sack, and that'll send the punting unit out. Josh Smith will boot it for the Golden Flashes. Angles it toward the far sideline, and a fair catch caught at the 38 as we check in with Alex.
Well, Mike, a broken left collarbone had sidelined Dylan Gabriel for majority of the 2021 season. I had a chance to talk with him this week about returning to the field and just his journey. It had been 350 days since he had faced an opponent, but all the hard work in the offseason, the rehabbing, the conditioning, transferring here to Oklahoma, a place he said was such a great fit. He said it meant the world to him to get his first win in a Sooners uniform, but he also reminded me there's still a lot to accomplish and build on for this offense.
He put up some staggering numbers at UCF, 72 career touchdown passes. That was his first introduction to Jeff Lebby, the offensive coordinator. Of course, Oklahoma gets Jeff Lebby from Ole Miss, Ryan, and what a huge get that was.
Oh, it was a huge factor when you lose somebody like Lincoln Riley, who is so distinct on offense. To add somebody like Jeff Lebby is what this team needed.
It's Eric Gray, the Tennessee transfer, coming off his 6th 100-yard game of his career, the first in an Oklahoma uniform.
Little misdirection there, and then simply good job by the defense of getting in front of him and dragging him down. Eric Gray keeps his legs churning for a few to set up a shorter 3rd down, a manageable one.
Oklahoma stays tempo, 3rd and 6, 5 in the pattern for Gabriel. All kinds of time. Now rolling out to the right side, looking downfield. Nobody open, and finally gets pummeled at the 40-yard line. Great coverage by the Kent State defense, and the hit provided by Caleb Johns.
A wonderful job in the secondary of covering everybody up, and Dylan tries to make something go with his feet, but Caleb Jones is just shot out of a cannon there to get him down on the ground and set up Oklahoma to punt in their first series.
Great job by the Golden Flashes defense. Michael Turk, you might be looking at the best punter in all of college football. He averages nearly 46 yards a punt for his career. Fair catch at the 15. It'll be the second series for Kent State when we return from Norman. No score here in the first quarter.
Oh, Bud Light Seltzer Retro tie-dyes?
Have you tried these yet?
Bud Light Seltzer Retro tie-dye, the loudest flavors ever.
This is what you've trained for. Sun up to sundown. And at the end of the day, all that hard work pays off. Because when you put forth the effort, the drive, the dedication, you become unstoppable. And that, my friends, is what it's all about. Landers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Norman is driven to serve.
Here's to craftsmanship. When you take your sweet time and do it by hand, it always leads to the good stuff. The pit masters at Rib Crib practice their craft every single day. Slow smoking with hickory around the clock to bring you righteous ribs, sit your butt down brisket, and all the good stuff you love. Rib Crib, smoking the good stuff.
I've worked at ACS for 13 years, almost 14. What makes me excited to go to work every day is being able to help my guys out, the guys in the field. I mean, those are the guys that make this place run, our installers, our service techs. I want to make sure that they're fully taken care of. I literally come to work every day, pretty much just do anything and everything that needs to be done. And just to continue to see this place grow from what it was 14 years ago to now, and then even further is going to be pretty cool to see.
Okay, cheap flight alert.
Why? Can we go?
Well, maybe. I'll put a request in Monday.
Unnecessary action hero.
Was that necessary?
No, neither is missing this deal. With Paycom, vacation is yours to manage. Not to mention benefits, scheduling, payroll. It's HR in the palm of your hand.
Oh.
Schedule a demo at paycom.com and make the unnecessary unnecessary.
Approved.
Oh, Bud Light Seltzer Retro tie-dye?
Have you tried these yet?
Bud Light Seltzer Retro tie-dye, the loudest flavors ever.
No score here in the early going. Kent State led by head coach Sean Lewis. Who is Sean Lewis? He's a former Wisconsin tight end and a longtime Dino Babers assistant at 2 spots, including Syracuse. He credits Dino Babers really with this opportunity to get his first head coaching job, and Dino Babers credits him with the success that he's had, saying, quote, "It's not surprising to see Sean have success at Kent State. He's innovative, connects with players. We're all proud of him and enjoy watching his games when we get the opportunity." You never know, Ryan Lee, who's going to give you that first break in the coaching business. For Sean Lewis, it was Dino Babers.
It's like anything else when you're a player and you're being recruited. You know, you develop this relationship with someone who's going to mentor you, who teach you. Mike Price was that man for me at Washington State, and he's had a ton of in his coaching tree. Dino Babers being one of them.
That's right. In between the tackles, straight up the gut, and a positive game for Marquez Cooper, who stands all of 5'6", but he's rocked up. He's about 190 pounds, all muscle.
Sometimes when you're that small, you get hidden behind that offensive line and no one can find you.
That kind of a Darren Sproles vibe to him. Penalty flags falling. And you might have Sam Allen moving early on the O-line.
Offside, defense, number 88, with contact in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Instead, that'll be on the defensive tackle, Jordan Kelly, the senior out of Tulsa.
This one always baffles me when you're the guy right over the football. I mean, the only thing you're looking at is the football. So you just wait for it to be snapped. And so it always makes me laugh. That's exactly what the coach asks him on the sideline. What were you looking at, son?
Don't listen, just look.
Yep.
First down and 10. And again to the ground, again straight up the gut with Marquez Cooper, the junior out of Gaithersburg, Maryland. And on the stop, it's Agwebu. David Agwebu, the senior who really runs the show on that defense for Oklahoma, number 2.
This offense is going to be up-tempo. They're going to make sure they get up to the line of scrimmage so Oklahoma doesn't have a chance to substitute, but then they'll get into their play, and it may take a little bit longer into the play clock.
They'll call it 2nd and 6. And again, they will run. A steady dose of number 1 in white, Marquez Cooper. The other thing they like about Cooper is that he can play every down. He can block, he can catch. You don't have to take him out on 3rd down. He's well conditioned, doesn't get tired, so he'll be used early and often in this ball game.
It's a huge factor when you're able to have that consistency.
On 3rd and 4, tucking it and running it is Schlee. And Schlee, a great athlete, gets to the sticks and then some. Another stop for Agwebu. Colin Schlee, who is an outstanding baseball player out of high school.
Just triple option, really. Reads the end, pulls it, and gets the first down.
Kent State, much like Oklahoma, not afraid to go up tempo. Oklahoma showing blitz, and they will bottle up Cooper this time. That is Danny Stutzman, who had a career-high 9 tackles last week, the sophomore out of Windermere, Florida.
They bring the guy off the slot receiver, and there's no one there to block him. He stops the play early, and then Stutzman cleans it up for a loss.
They love their linebacking core this year in Norman with Stutzman, Agwebu, and Deshaun White. Pass falls incomplete. intended for Cooper out of the backfield. So a 3rd down and long for Kent State.
For Kent State to have success in this game, they just cannot get behind the sticks, right? It can't be a loss of yards here. What they did in the first few plays of this drive to set up 2nd and manageable. When you're sitting in 3rd and 11, it really allows Brent Venables' defense then to come and do a lot to confuse the young quarterback.
Ted Root's defense subbing in players at the last second there. Out of the gun, Schlee on 3rd and 11. 5-man rush. Schlee going to tuck it and run to the 40. Weaving his way past the 45. Lunges to the 49, and that'll be a 1st down. Brilliant run by Colin Schlee. Harmon on the stop for OU.
Some confusion out of the defensive backfield. Guys were running wide open, but Schlee sees an opening and takes off and picks up a huge 1st down on 3rd and 11.
Oklahoma didn't allow a rush greater than 8 yards last week in the win against UTEP. On 1st down, trips to the near side. Cooper the lone back. Schlee fakes the handoff, looking deep down the sideline, one-on-one coverage, and unable to reel it in was Cephas. He's their game breaker, but he was shadowed that time by Woody Washington.
Watch here what the play action, how it freezes the defense, brings the safety down. Now he's got one-on-one down the sideline. I wonder how his shoulder pad got exposed there, right? Must mean he was getting tugged on a little bit early in that. The officials didn't catch it, got away with something, and sets up a long 2nd down.
I'll be curious, Ryan, what you think of Schlee's arm throughout this game. I was impressed last week watching the tape against Washington. Nice 2nd effort, and still dragging bodies is Cooper. Again, not tall, but certainly plenty strong.
Well, kind of what we talked about, how small he is, right? He's behind that big offensive line. Watch this. He disappears in the scrum in there, and no one sees where he's at. Where's he at? Boom. Then he explodes through it and gets out on the back end, setting up a manageable 3rd down.
Yeah, 3rd down and 4.
I already can tell you about Schlee. His arm is...
It's legit,
yeah,
right?
It's legit.
I mean, just effortless, even on that ball that fell incomplete down the sideline. 3rd and 4. Handoff, bottled up behind the line of scrimmage and dragged backwards. Kelvin Gilliam leading the charge. There are about 3 or 4 guys for Oklahoma on a gang tackle.
Well, you can't have a mistake like this where you bobble the football, sets off a chain of events that doesn't allow for them to have a lot of success. And of course, Oklahoma is just all over them in the backfield, and they'll get the ball back on offense.
Oklahoma's defense already 3 tackles for loss here in this opening quarter. Gilliam, just a redshirt freshman out of Richmond, Virginia. Another punt for Smith. Spiraling kick and a fair catch at the 12-yard line by Marvin Mims. We'll get another look at that Oklahoma offense when we come back from Norman.
Are you ready? Let's go. You're going out tonight.
Wow, we're on Verizon now.
Because of One Unlimited for iPhone. It comes with Apple One. That's Apple Music, Apple TV Plus, Apple Arcade, and iCloud Plus.
All included on the network you want to be on.
Get One Unlimited for iPhone and get iPhone 14 Pro on us when you pre-order. Verizon.
So I said, yeah, you're saving hundreds with the Home and Auto bundle from Progressive, but there's no saving that casserole.
I just love that word bundle. It's so fun. So, 2 things coming together like a force of nature. Like it was really meant to be,
Yes. Yes, I do. I'm so glad you want to save money. Rodney, set up a bundle for John Hamm.
Of course. John, is it still cool if I catch a ride home with you?
I never said it was.
But technically you didn't say it wasn't.
It's not.
Yet.
Team, it's been a grind, but I think I've aged you well. Some might say perfect. Who's ready to show 'em who's the cheesiest?
I woke up feeling the cheesiest, coach.
Cheez-It, official sponsor of the college football playoff. A good crew is efficient. That's why Carvana's crew of experts created a 100% online experience, turning 8 hours of pounding the pavement into 15 minutes of shopping from home. Smells like I'm getting a new car. Bet your sweet rump roast you are.
Language?
I've worked with a lot of great crews, but the crew at Carvana created a great way for you to sell your car online in under 2 minutes. They'll even pick it up and pay you on the spot. So, sell your car and feel like a real winner.
You see my toes?
We're all about the finals. Connecticut versus Las Vegas. Tomorrow at 3 on ABC.
It's going to be special, okay? And I want everybody in here. Catch it.
I got to tell you what, we really enjoyed our time with Brent Venables yesterday, and how could you not appreciate that moment, getting choked up, waited so long before we finally took the opportunity. Could have had it years ago, but took the opportunity to come back to Oklahoma. And Ryan, that's one of the few times Brent Venables will ever be speechless, because you talk to Brent Venables, he is a ball of energy. I mean, he is 100 miles an hour.
It's palpable, and everybody can feel it. And so it comes across as real as possible. It's why this team has gravitated to him so quickly.
Really enjoyed our meetings with the coaching staff yesterday. And a big play in the passing game. That is the first reception for Marvin Mims. Marvin Mims, who has led the Sooners in receiving yards the last 2 years, on pace to have another big one. That goes for 32. Quick snap on first down and dragged down for a loss is Marcus Major. Great pursuit that time by Marvin Pierre.
Wonderful pursuit. When Oklahoma gets a first down, and either way, this offense, you want to go. You want to go as quickly as you can. And this is one where the defense was ready. Going up against the same type of offense every day in practice is very helpful.
Major had 2 rushing touchdowns last week for OU, and again, no daylight. This time it's Marvin Mims, and he's bottled up for a loss as well. So back-to-back negative plays will set up a 3rd down and 12.
You know, speaking with Jeff Levy, he talked about how similar the offenses are and how the defenses have been prepared for it. And right there, you saw a perfect example. Nico Bolden from the safety position comes firing down to make the tackle for a loss.
3 wide set for Gabriel. With Major to his left. 4-man rush by Kent State. Underneath and incomplete, intended for the tight end Braden Willis, who had 2 touchdowns last week. Nico Bolden had great pressure right in the face of Gabriel as he tossed it. So the Oklahoma offense sputtering here in the early going. Turk boots another one. And racing up to the 15 to field it is James. James knocked down at the 27-yard line. And a penalty flag is on the field. That's all the way back on the side of the field where Oklahoma punted it. Our referee is Steve Barron. Steve Barron not missing bench press days.
Oh, I walked by him pregame.
I mean, are you kidding me?
Personal foul, face mask, receiving team, number 41. That penalty will be enforced half the distance of the goal from the end of the kick. First down.
That is on Luke Murphy.
I asked him if he was wearing a schmedium. He got a chuckle out of that.
Yeah, it certainly appears so. Alex Chappell, what do you have?
Grimes is playing with extra motivation this season. Talking with Reggie Grimes this week about his grandmother, Barbara, who his family calls Mama. She was diagnosed with breast cancer in April. She held off her chemotherapy treatment last week so she could come to his first game of the season. She got to see him put on a show, 2.5 sacks. He says he was very emotional when he had the chance to talk with her before the game and after the game, but he's beyond thankful to her to be at that first game of the season, and he's thinking of her all the time.
Alex, terrific story, and Reggie Grimes is off to a terrific start. 2.5 sacks last week, already in on a sack in this ball game. You can only imagine how heavy the heart is for that young man in his junior season out of the state of Tennessee. The third series of the quarter for Kent State after the 44-yard punt and then the penalty. On the run, it's going to be Bradford. First time he's toe to the rock. Brian Bradford, the junior out of St. Louis. Billy Bowman on the stop. Billy Bowman, who they say is just an athletic freak, coming off a career-high 9 tackles last week, number 5 for Oklahoma. Quick snap. And a little jitterbug move straight up the gut for Brian Bradford. Picks up a couple. Jeffrey Johnson, the transfer from Tulane, in on the stop.
Defensive front does a good job in the trenches here, just holds on to the offensive linemen before they were all able to rally and make the tackle. Backed up situation, you can't afford to make a mistake here, turn it over, take a big sack.
Golden flashes 2 for 4 on third down. Missiles that one over the middle, but stacked up as soon as he caught it. Cephas, Billy Bowman in on another tackle for Oklahoma, and that'll force the punting unit back onto the field.
That was one of the biggest things I saw in film last week, was even when UTEP was able to complete passes, these defensive backs were just absolutely all over the wide receivers. There was no yards after the catch. When the ball was caught, they were dragged and got down to the ground. Billy Bowman was a big part of that. Watch for Key Lawrence as well as the other corners making plays too.
There's a lot of newcomers on both sides of the ball, including that defense. 60 players on the roster coming into this season, never took a snap for OU. Good looking punt and a fair catch called for at the 34. On the back pedal by Marvin Mims. We'll see if Oklahoma's offense could get it going here in the first quarter.
Fowler Auto Group is proud to be a part of your community, where our passion and values lie far beyond the show. We believe that families, sports, art, and culture are at the heart of every thriving community. And it's important to us that we help build the communities that our dealerships call home. Stop by any of our 6 Oklahoma dealerships to see the Fowler standard hard at work. We pride ourselves on being friendly, helpful, honest, and fair. That is what drives us every day. Fowler Auto Group, a proud partner of OU Athletics.
For you, life seemed to stand still this year, except for the pain in your knee. When you can't do what you love to do, it's time to take care of it. If you've put off the joint replacement you need this year, now is the time. Mercy's experts are ready to safely replace your knee so you can live without pain. Get back to what you love, because life's too short to wait. To learn more, visit mercy.net/OU knee guide.
The new season just dropped. Enter the Big Dinner Box from Pizza Hut. 2 pizzas, breadsticks, and wings all in one box. You'll run out of episodes before you run out of food. The Big Dinner Box, only from Pizza Hut. No one outpizzas the Hut.
Pizza Hut's stuffed crust is the crust that made crust good. Topped and stuffed with over a half pound of cheese. What are you so afraid of? Loving it? Original stuffed crust, only from Pizza Hut. No one outpizzas the Hut.
The Trails Golf Club in Norman provides a friendly, casual golf experience for the entire family. The beautifully designed 18-hole championship course offers outstanding conditions, where new friendships begin and family relationships are strengthened. Play a great course that challenges and rewards all handicaps. Enjoy themed dining and social events. Programs and lessons from PGA professionals are available for all ages and skill levels. Call 405-360-1920.
Homeland is your hometown grocery store, and so much more. We're here to help you quickly find what you need so that you can get back to the things that matter most. Whether it is a special day or your everyday, Homeland is your destination for the quality ingredients you and your family need to make the most out of every moment you have together. Life can be complicated, but bringing them to the table doesn't have to be. At Homeland, we help you make the most of your day.
There are a great many things that can be found on the road. A giant blue whale in central Oklahoma. Musicians in search of that perfect melody. You'll even discover the center of the universe. You'll find stories of lives led, challenges met, and men who raise pigeons. They're all out there waiting to be discovered. All you have to do is follow the road. Phillips 66. Live to the full.
Scoreless ball game here in Norman, Oklahoma. Mike Morgan, Ryan Leaf, great to be with you this Saturday evening. Oklahoma's offense has been stymied so far in the early going against Kent State. The offense led by offensive coordinator Jeff Lebby. And what a get that was coming back home. There's Jeff Lebby on the far left, and Oklahoma grad. He came to Oklahoma as an offensive lineman, recruited by Coach Stoops, got hurt right away, had a medical scholarship, and then learned from the likes of Josh Heupel, continued to work his way as an assistant, went to Baylor, part of that Art Lyles coaching tree, and was actually at UCF when Dylan Gabriel was there. So then he goes to Ole Miss, does a terrific job with Lane Kiffin's offense with the Rebels, winds up getting recruited again by Brent Venables to Oklahoma, and the first phone call Jeff Lebby makes is to Dylan Gabriel saying, look, I know you're thinking about going to UCLA. How about reuniting here in Norman? And the way the story goes, Ryan, it was about 5 minutes away. If he logs onto that class at UCLA, he can't transfer. They got a hold of him just before that. He wound up changing his mind, and everybody's happy that it worked out that way.
Everybody, especially Jeff Lebby, offensive coordinator, with the familiarity of Dylan Gabriel, and have known him since he was in high school in that family. It was all really meant to happen.
Gabriel on target there to Braden Willis, the tight end who had 3 grabs, 2 touchdowns last week in the victory over UTEP. Gabriel comes into this game with 72 career touchdown passes.
Fourth and 1 on their side of the 50 here. If I know Brent Venables and Jeff Lebby, if they feel like they can't get 1 yard, then this offense is in for a...
It was close, but stumbling just enough ahead of the chains is Marcus Major. The first down brought to you by Paycom. With Paycom, employees do their own payroll. Yeah, you heard that right. Learn more at paycom.com.
First down means they can start rolling, right? Start being quick, get into their offense.
Eric Gray back in a tailback for Oklahoma. Gabriel from the pocket. Now gets some heavy pursuit. Breaks out of a tackle, but goes down on the second effort. The second wave led by Caleb Johns, the middle linebacker. A loss of 7 on the play.
Dylan Gabriel had a couple guys running down the field. He just didn't feel comfortable enough to let it go. Loses his shoe. And then Caleb Jones comes back. Watch number 3 here. Just blow by the safety. He just didn't feel comfortable planning and letting it go with the pressure that was at his feet.
I think everybody, over 80,000 fans here in the stadium, a little stunned with the offense so far. Gabriel that time knocked away. Blanket coverage on Theo Weiss, the intended target. First time he's been targeted. DJ Miller says, I'm there.
That would have been his 4th read in the progression. He gets to him, but it's a little too late because Weiss comes out of his break open, but by the time the ball is delivered, defensive back Miller is right there on the spot to knock it away.
Another 3rd and long for Oklahoma. 3rd down and 17. Sooners 0 for 3 on 3rd down today. Gabriel, 5 in the pattern. From the pocket, rifles it complete, but immediately knocked down J.J. Hester. All right, what do you do here, Ryan Leaf?
Well, I suspect that they're going to go for it once again, but it looks like they're going to punt it away. Sometimes that's like penance. You know, Jeff Levy's up there in the box going, hey, well, I'm not going to let you go for it, but you haven't converted enough for me on third down. We're going to punt it, and there's a little penance for that.
Help me, help you.
Yes.
Well, on 4th and 4, they will elect to go field position. Michael Turk, one of the best in the business, angles this one inside the 10. Perfectly done. Kent State will be behind the 8 ball, starting their drive from their own 7-yard line. So with just 48 seconds left to go in the first quarter, bit of a stunning score here. No score.
Well, it's been a stunning day, right?
Yes,
we watched Appalachian State take down Texas A&M in College Station. My Cougars go to Wisconsin and jump around and find a way to win. So, yeah, you don't want to get into these types of games where they prolong, because it just builds confidence in a team like Kent State.
You never know when the next Marshall Thundering Herd upset's going to come. They knock off Notre Dame in South Bend today.
Tough start for Marcus Freeman here.
On first down, nowhere to go. Dragged backwards on the wall of Jalen Redmond.
I will say what will make these Sooners fans happy is that they have this defense, right? This defense is going to shut down anybody they play. They're exceptional at what they do. Just a matter of getting into that fluidity on offense. When they do, they're potent.
4 tackles for loss already for this Oklahoma defense. They'll be pinning their ears back here on 2nd and 13. Schlee out of the gun. Corrals the high snap. Takes it himself toward the edge and shoved out of bounds at about the 11-yard line by Jaden Davis.
Again, just option here. Reads the defensive end, pulls the ball, and then takes off. If the wide receiver would have been able to get the block on Billy Bowman there, it might have been for a bigger play.
Timeout.
So the first play of the second quarter will be a 3rd and 7 for Kent State. Kind of a surprising score through the first 15 minutes. We're scoreless here in Norman. Beautiful Memorial Stadium, another sellout crowd.
Are you ready? Let's go. You're going out tonight.
Okay, this is a freezer, not a time capsule. Sometimes the house itself can tell you how a young homeowner is turning into their parents.
Not those two.
Yep, they're gone.
Forever?
Yep.
That there is Progressive's Home Quote Explorer website, where I compared home insurance rates.
We don't need to print the internet. Some are beyond help. I will give you $100 if you can tell me what this is.
Scotch egg.
It's a meatball.
Progressive can't help you from becoming your parents, but we can help you compare rates on home insurance with Home Quote Explorer.
We've got a lot of work to do.
Wow, we're on Verizon now.
Because of their new plan, One Unlimited for iPhone. It comes with Apple One. That's Apple Music, Apple TV Plus, Apple Arcade, and iCloud Plus.
All included on the network you want to be on.
Exactly. We could be up here all weekend listening to The Weekend.
While flinging Angry Birds.
Not you. You're lovely. Are you napping?
No, I'm watching my favorite show, starring me.
Get your Apple favorites all in one plan. Introducing One Unlimited for iPhone. And now get iPhone 14 Pro on us, only on Verizon.
It took a while to get up here. We started out around 1959. Then we took a hard left in East Africa. A right at Baja. A 180 in the empty quarter. And that 65-degree incline at Hell's Revenge. But we didn't do all that just to get here. We did it to give you a truck that'll take you anywhere. This is the new Nissan.
Team, it's been a grind, but I think I've aged you well. Some might say perfect. Who's ready to show 'em who's the cheesiest?
I woke up feeling the cheesiest, coach!
Cheez-It, official sponsor of the college football playoff.
Give your budget a boost with Kohl's epic deals, like Sonoma Goods for Life women's tees for $6.99, up to 40% off home decor, and save on stylish boots for the family. Plus, earn Kohl's Cash. Kohl's.
I gotta have it.
Are you ready for football? Are you dreaming for football?
I love you, Josh Allen.
Are you crafting, prepping, and screaming for football? Good. Then you're ready.
They're back for another season. Woo! Join Peyton and Eli as they welcome special guests, break down the game and each other.
This helmet doesn't fit. Shocking that a helmet doesn't fit you.
Monday Night Football with Peyton and Eli on ESPN2 and ESPN+.
Sooner Vision football on ESPN.